If the title of this video isn't stupid enough, well, here's an explanation for why it's called that. You know, ever since I was in like grade 9, I've always wanted to do something drastic with my hair to shock my classmates. But it didn't happen. Mostly because I didn't have the money to pay for it, because that year was the year my mom decided to stop paying for my hair. You know, I never stopped to actually think about why I wanted to dye my hair so drastically. Like, I didn't ever think about it. The original idea was just to shock people. But I think there's more to it than that now. It's not just me wanting to be different than what, you know, I've always known, and to try and surprise people. When I think about it, my hair is it's kind of a big deal for me. All my life, I have had dark hair. I had dark hair up until a year and a half ago, actually. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. It was just, you know, it was something I was used to. It was normal for me to have dark hair because that's what I was born with. But at the same time, it was like I hated everything about it. So I finally made the decision at the end of my first semester at SAIT to start bleaching my hair. Now, this was a scary process for me because the only time I'd ever put bleach anywhere near my head was when I had that purple strip in my hair. So to go from just one strip of hair, one section of hair, to my whole head bleaching it out was absolutely terrifying. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna like it. I didn't know if it was gonna look good. I didn't know anything, and it terrified me not knowing. This is the very first picture I took after getting my hair bleached for the first time. Now, because of how dark my hair was, I had to go through like 6 or 7 phases of hair dye or bleach to get it to be as blonde as it was. But the actual reason I started to bleach my hair is because I needed something to push me forward, something to get out of like the person that people thought I was in high school. As weird as that sounds, it's true. Everything that was bad about my life, everything that happened that hurt me, happened while I had dark hair. And I couldn't run away from it just because I was at a new school, just because I had started college. It was like always there. It was a horrible feeling knowing that like I could start this new life, but I had all this baggage and all these feelings that came with it, and it sucked so much. It sucked so bad. So when I started bleaching my hair, it kind of helped, because it was the first time in a long time that I remembered I could be whoever I wanted to be and do what I wanted to do without being judged for it. Like, the process of being somebody you had lost so long ago is hard, it's difficult, and it's a challenge every single freaking day of my life. The physical appearances helped me change a little bit every single day, because, you know, the blonde hair, it reminds me of everything that I am now. When school started, I actually learned that being myself is not a bad thing. And, you know, I didn't know who myself was. I didn't know who Marissa is. I had lost her so long ago that my new friends from SAIT, they had to help me dig out Marissa. I think that having dark hair reminds me of a past that I don't want to remember. I want to get rid of it. I want to forget that it happened. Back in January, I dyed my hair back too dark, and I didn't know how I felt about it. I was nervous because I was so used to seeing myself as a blonde that when it finally came out, I mean, it was a shock. It was a real shock to the system. I had to get used to it. I mean, I thought it was okay, but after a while I stopped liking it and I stopped being happy about it. Like, I couldn't wait to get back in the salon and do my hair again. Get rid of that awful color that I so desperately didn't want. Because for 4 or 5 months, every time I looked in the mirror or looked at a camera, all I saw was this dark hair. And it reminded me of everything I have been working so hard to forget. I don't know. It's hard to think that the hair color that you were born with is part of your problem. Part of a past that you absolutely hated. I'm actually really glad that I waited till I started college to dye my hair. College is a new start in its own way because you're not with the people you had been going to school with for how many years. You get to be whoever you want to be. You get to start over. And even though that opportunity was presented to me, it just didn't feel right. When I came back for second semester with blonde hair, I felt a lot better about myself because now it meant that I actually had a new start. I don't look any different other than the fact that my hair is a different color, but I felt better because that part of my life was not visible anymore. I didn't see the pain and all the suffering I went through. I didn't think about everything that people put me through as often, and I've just been a lot happier since then. God, this is so stupid to cry over. I wanted to talk about this because it's something that I never thought I'd have to talk about. It's something that I needed to when I realized that I wanted to talk about it. I never really analyzed a lot of stuff that I do, and when I'm up late at night, I start asking myself a lot of random questions. And last night it happened to be, why did you dye your hair blonde? It's not just because you wanted to shock people, it's because you needed to start over. It's amazing how one little change to your physical appearance can make you feel so much. I know this is a lot of pressure to put on a hair color. I know that this might seem stupid to people, but my hair color is a huge part of how I feel about myself. I prefer to have blonde hair because it's a reminder that I can be whoever I am. I can be what I want to be and do what I want to do. It's a positivity reminder to myself, and I've never felt better about myself than I have when I have blonde hair. I hope this video made sense because I feel like I've been sitting here for 20 minutes and I haven't made much sense, and I just kind of repeated myself for this whole thing. Bye guys.